Are you speaking tonight? Or one person? No. Hey, you're not. If you took that stage, you would get booed off of it. You would get booed off the stage.
So that's Matt Gaetz punking, trolling Kevin McCarthy. And it's interesting because on cable news today, they were having a conversation about, I guess this is the world we live in now, and that you have to do outrageous things like Matt Gaetz does in order to become popular.
But the Republicans coming after what happened Saturday and talking about, we need civility, we need rapprochement, we need to really be kind of on the same page and treat each other with respect. And that was what you saw from Matt Gaetz to his own colleague. They're talking about their unified convention, and that's one of the big pieces of tape to come out of it.
So before we go to Michael's interview, one more clarification. So McCarthy not speaking at the convention, former Speaker of the House for the Republicans, that's a little bit interesting. And I don't think Matt Gaetz is necessarily wrong. I'm not sure that he'd be that well received here. But what I was curious about is, so when Matt Gaetz spoke today, is he correct? Will he be really well received? Especially after everybody here knows that he did that to Kevin McCarthy, right? Yeah. And he's very divisive within the party. And we covered the speech and he was very well received. So Matt Gaetz is more popular. I don't think there's any question about that in terms of Republican voters. In Washington and with the politicians, a lot less popular, for sure. So it's an interesting dichotomy. So then Michael caught up with Matt Gaetz. Let's watch.
If he steps down, Vice President Harris possibly.
Why you keep asking it like you're so sure he's going to step down?
I'm not. I have no, but it's certainly a talking point that's out there right now.
They don't even know who their nominee is tens of days from their convention.
Right.
And you're seeing unprecedented unity here for President Trump.
Indeed. Yeah.
I think that's what's important. Look, I just don't know what Democrat we're going to be facing.
Right. Okay.
I don't know. I don't really care. This coalition is a durable coalition against any Democrat that they could conceivably run.
Clearly. And one thing on yesterday with the former speaker, how'd that feel afterwards?
Oh, I don't think I'm on his Christmas card list anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that was very ironic, right? Yeah. He was talking about it's okay, we're all unified.
Right, and that's what I'm talking about, the unified Republican Party. And that's why I pointed to the one thing that has been the glaring example of disunity on their side. But anyway, it was.
It doesn't seem like he got that irony.
No, he doesn't. He didn't get the irony. There was nothing subtle about it. And he was a sport to answer our questions. He was, that nobody likes in this building initially when you say you're with the Young Turks. Not always as well received as it might be, in your living room. But
it's not that well received in my living room either.
Oh, that's true too. I didn't mean your living room. I guess I meant mine, where it's fine. Actually, not even that well received. Never bad example. But anyway, he answered the question. It was a fun question.
Yeah. Well, you see that I've said this before. There's a couple of Congress people that actually bother to engage with folks, and you might hate them and you might disagree with them. And you might not hate them, you might love them. There's a range of opinions there, but so Ro Khanna always engages. He's on the progressive end of the spectrum. Tim Ryan, former congressman, kind of in the middle of the road, populist in his own kind of way, establishment in his own kind of way.
Lost to J.D. Vance.
Yeah, and lost to J.D. Vance. And he always engages. Left-wing media, right-wing media, center. So I always respect that. And Matt Gaetz, generally speaking, if there's a camera, he'll engage. And you might say, hey, that's self-serving, and maybe, but at least he's engaging, right? Because and if you don't work in this business, you might be surprised. The great majority of Congress people have no interest in going on camera and no interest in explaining their votes, explaining their policies, explaining anything. They might do it for the local news.
They do it for their local media, yeah.
Yeah. Especially right before an election, all of a sudden you'll see them on local radio, local TV, et cetera. But they know they're going to get super softball questions there, right? Matt Gaetz has come on here and did not get softball questions. Right. Now, I should clarify, other than when Michael just talked to him, hasn't been back on the Young Turks. But at the same time, at least he was willing to come on in the first place, right? We'll give him credit for that. And as we've explained many times, Matt Gaetz awful on many issues, terrible on social issues.
And under an ethical investigation by the House Ethics Committee as well.
Started by Kevin McCarthy.
Who might get the last laugh in this whole exchange.
Right. But we're fair and honest, and he's done some anti-corruption legislation that some progressives have worked with him on and that I really liked. So a complicated character, massive downsides, but surprisingly a couple of upsides. And that's what happens when you engage with people. You find out those things, and then they become, and this is especially difficult for Matt Gaetz, but a little bit less of a cartoon character and a little bit more of a real person. Matt Gaetz almost tries to be a cartoon character, right? So he makes it hard on us to engage in that way. But at least he's in the fight. He's making his case, as absurd as it might be at times, and sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes a good case on ending insider trading, ending corruption, et cetera. And I'll always give him credit because he stopped taking corporate PAC money. So on that front, good job. Fair show in America.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.